When I heard of this place referred to as a paradise, I definitely wanted to investigate more. The videos certainly supported all the claims I had read about. Bungalows nestled on white sand beaches or perched on poles over the water, looking down upon incredible coral reefs filled with fish. Slow island living to the rhythm of the waves, enjoying the sunsets and sunrises every day. But it is below the surface of the water that we are interested. So many creatures calling us to come and explore. Turquoise water over beautiful white sand. Coral reef that extends its arms out like fans in the wind. Jellyfish which cannot sting you, swimming by the thousands in the lake. Storms blowing their way across the sea, changing the mood by the minute. This little archipelago takes considerable effort to access, but it's a journey well worth taking. That's what the book says. Will we find that to be true?
Well, I figure the only way to find out if the journey is worth it is to try to take it. So, backpacks packed into the car. It's lightly snowing right now, and there's snow in the pass, so it'll take us 4 or 5 hours depending on which pass we end up taking, and then on the first of multiple flights. At least we have a beautiful drive down valley. We're heading down this valley, and up ahead we turn south in the next big main valley, but it's a beautiful trip. Fortunately, road conditions are great and the weather's hold good to come up and over the pass heading west, and all this snow certainly makes me think it is worth the journey to get to the tropics for a bit. Alright, car is dropped off, getting in a shuttle to get a lift to the airport right now. Alright, van just dropped us off. Working our way across to go in, and we'll check in and catch up with our flight.
After a very long overnight flight, coffee definitely rejuvenates the mood.
Alright, well, most important is we found really good coffee. But also important is we found our gate. And we have a bit of a layover, so we're waiting now, and they're getting the plane ready to hook up and get ready to go. And here in a while we'll be loading and flying from Taiwan to Jakarta, and thankfully spending the night there before moving onwards to Sulawesi.
This flight seems shorter after the last one, but you know immediately you aren't in Kansas anymore when the heat hits you when you exit the airplane.
Alright, Holly will be digging into all this seafood aspect right here pretty quick. Take your pick, Holland. I'm hitting that beef right there. I'm testing that sambal right there. Oh, and here's more coming. Alright. Wow. Enak. Terima kasih.
Sama-sama.
Wow. Now you gotta decide what you're gonna try. Okay, I had to take just a minute for this one. Rendang gets its own little portion here, as this is been rated by chefs worldwide as the best dish on planet Earth. So I have been really looking forward to this one.
Okay, so our flight directly to Palu was canceled, so now we are heading to Makassar and from there north to Palu, but now we get these incredible views all along the edge of the island as we fly north to Palu. I have my own personal reasons for routing our trip through Palu, which I will share later, but for now, it's on to a Cessna for the flight over the mountains to Ampana. This is definitely our favorite part of our flights on this trip. Looking down on the coral reefs here as we descend into Ampana, we are getting very excited to get on the boat and get out to the islands and start snorkeling.
Figuring out how to get the timing right on these boards when they go up and down.
We are catching the public ferry further up along the island so we can meet the private boat to make it in to where we will be staying for the first 4 nights here.
The turtle swimming away under our boat right here in front of the resort. We're about to dock and he swam right under. And here's a dog here to say hi.
Arriving at our bungalow, as we walk out on the deck, we are greeted by this reef shark, and this deck certainly became one of our favorite things here at this resort. I must say, having this coral right out in front of the bungalow and then continuing all the way around the island is absolutely exceptional. And Jellyfish Lake nearby is otherworldly. We saw several different variations of Nemo, and although we saw bluefish, seeing Dory would have to wait until later at Dongala. The sheer variety of color, coral, and underwater life was absolutely astonishing, and we couldn't keep track of it all even with one session. Okay, so we're moving over to the absolutely exquisite Sarah Beach for the remainder of our time in the islands.
The view from my hammock. Not bad.
Finally, while snorkeling this evening, we can check off of our life list, swimming with the turtles. I highly recommend it. Okay, so seeing all of this, is paradise worth the journey? We would have to unequivocally say, yes it is. 1000% yes it is. And we cannot wait to go back. More details of where we stayed and what we did coming soon.